Hello everybody, good morning. Hope everyone is having a fantastic day. Turns out I kind of had to switch up my platform that I was currently using. I got back into Robinhood. I really wanted to show you guys that I'm not here bullshitting. I'm not here lying to you guys. I'm not getting paid to do any of this. I'm really just doing it for two things. One, I would like for people to make money because I feel that the last couple of years have really been really harsh to investors. And this is a way that a lot of people became rich. So why should we not help each other as we get richer? Because my goal is to one day own a corporation fully of investors, and we just count money, right? So second of all, this is also a reminder of me of where I was at 2 days ago. I usually tend to forget. I usually am doing a lot of things, and I like to make these videos to remind myself of where I was at, what type of news I had at the moment, because it's kind of hard sometimes to go a month ago or like search what happened 2 weeks ago, because a lot of times media will switch things up. So these videos is more of a reference for me also. So like and subscribe. Now to get started to the video, as you guys see here, I am using Robinhood, DJT ticker symbol, Donald Trump, technology and media, or media and technology. Currently the stock did marvelous. Yesterday we went from we literally went from um this Monday. We were actually, let's not say Monday, but throughout the week, we can say that we have finally been consolidating. Remember when I told you guys week ago, by the time I sold, that was last Friday, I let you guys know of why I was selling, and most importantly, um, where was I gonna get myself into? Well, good news is I was able to buy in on Monday. Okay, this Monday, that just passed, I was able to buy, and I was able to buy at 30.66. Currently, the price is at 35.15, so it definitely, I am up 10 plus percent. Okay, I did tell you guys that due to the news and a lot of the things happening, there was kind of a balance sheet, so we wouldn't really see an up nor a decrease, but we should have seen consolidation, and that's exactly what we're seeing. As we're getting closer to the elections, um, people need to understand that we are currently considered a meme stock. So this thing could dip really hard to prices that you'd never thought could happen. And it can. But I'm here to assure you that it might not happen. Okay, especially when we're getting closer to elections. Yeah, the stock becomes more volatile. You're gonna have bigger dips, but at the same time, you're gonna have bigger pops. And a great way to look at that, guys, is I don't know if you guys remember, but when we were literally at the 34s fighting the 33s, we had that major dip, right? That major dip that a lot of people sold. I told you guys that day, that night, I do expect a, a nice comeback, and that's exactly what we had. And then ever since that, I said, guys, if we don't get past that 34 mark, we will dip and we will start having consolidation. And that's exactly what happened. We kind of dipped and then we started having consolidations. I did notice that the 50 MA and the 10 MA clearly have been doing fairly well when it came down to that consolidation. So I could still see this stock doing a massive dip today, testing those 30s, testing those 29s, testing those 31s. That's what a lot of people are saying, right? We got to go based off the MAs right now at the moment. The 50 and the 200 MA are not really touching up with the price, so expect some short attacks to get towards those MAs, right? I personally feel I don't think that's the case. Um, that's what we were doing here. Remember when I told you guys we should start seeing consolidation? Once we start seeing consolidation and we clearly have a clue of that, hey, this stock is not going to go here or there, I think it's a good time to buy in. And I felt that was Monday. right? So let's go into Webull real quick, because I really want to show you guys that this is really good what we're seeing, right? We're having consolidation and we're having nice increase. Recall of the balances on pre-market after hours. Don't sell, guys. I bought in this Monday. I didn't make a video due to financial purposes. I don't want to say I bought something and then a big whale comes and just destroys the whole thing. But it turns out that whales won't even stop this. Yesterday at 4 p, this stock went from 34, went exactly to 31.20 in milliseconds, and it went right back up. So clearly, someone, a very big person, sold. Right. So for someone to sell, and now this happens, I think we're gonna start going through an uptrend. Right. If we look at Webull, guys, and we go into our, sorry, I'm looking at something else here. You guys got a nice, where is it? Right here. That's a bloomer right there. That's another stock that I'm gonna get into eventually with you guys. Um, as I said, guys, looking at this chart from Webull, which looks a little much better than Robinhood, but I really want to look at the MAs. Kind of should calm you guys down and be like, hey, look, the worst thing this thing is gonna go to is 31, right? If you bought this thing anywhere at 29.30 while it was consolidating, you shouldn't worry about any attacks. In reality, you should keep buying in because this thing is gonna blow again. So if we go into news, guys, we can clearly see here that it's kind of general, but we can definitely find some good news on Trump alone, right? So stock rises, Trump makes foreign election interference claim. So he's claiming there's probably some sort of interference, right? Press digest, New York Times business, blah blah blah. Okay. Trump link, okay, Foonwire stock, that thing blew. So that's always a good sign. So a stock that is linked to Trump just blew nearly 150%, just like DJT, definitely a good sign, right? Um, so we could go down this list, but like I told you guys, there's no red. And if you do see a red, I doubt it's something like that. Like Supreme Court rejects Michael Competence to revive Trump lawsuit, Trump media shares. So they say it's negative, of course, because someone is trying to put Trump back into court, trying to get back into that lawsuit, but they deny it. So rather than being a negative, it should definitely be a positive. But I get where they're coming from. It's supposed to be negative because they are trying to reinsert this man in court, reinsert a lawsuit, right? DJT Ross's spies reported whistleblower allegation at Trump media. So clearly fear, right? They're fearing. They're trying to scare the shit out of people, right? But if we go into Safari and we really look into just news, right? Or the polls. Guys, a lot of people don't want to say that the polls is not a thing, but what people don't understand is the last month or two, when we were supposedly bleeding, when we had our dips here and there, a lot of it had to do with polls. Okay? A lot of it had to do with Trump might be losing, Trump this, Trump that, Harris is looking great, Harris is the best changing vice president ever. Like all this BS, right? Trump poll news, okay. Election 2012 funds, Trump and Harris, who's leading the U.S. election vote on looms. So who's in lead? So clearly, it's still showing as if Harris is leading, but I don't see how that is correct. Last time I checked, Trump finally hit tie, or he is finally up in the polls. So you just can't go anywhere, guys, and just search up. You have to go to multiple resources and just make sure that, right? So here we have something now. Look, Harris at 45, Trump at 44. So clearly we have some people saying different numbers. Looks to me that we're getting a lot closer than what we should. Um, these websites they tend to like to go for Harris a lot more, but that's not what the news is saying. That's not what the people are saying. So sometimes it's good to go based off your resources, but you also can't forget about the real world, right? These people purposely get paid, guys, so they can make money off fake, fake news, fear the market, make you sell, make you buy so then it could dip. I mean, there's so many things that you have to put into perspective that if your news chart is nothing but blue, you know, two red comes, it's not that bad. We could balance it out, right? We'll have more consolidation. A lot of people say we should have a dip. I think we all know that the stock tends to have its dips any type of the hour. It tends to do that quite a lot, right? It loves to sell. It likes to dip, to go back up. If you do a stop loss, be very careful. I saw this thing before 4 o'clock hit. It went from a 34 range to a 31.20. So whoever put a stop loss at 33, 32, 31, they're out of the picture. And if by any chance they were unable to buy in, now they woke up today and the stock is nearly $2 more, right? Nearly a dollar, $2 more. At 6 a.m., 7 in the morning, it was literally at 36 with change. So you gotta be very careful and know what you're worth, right? So my analysis for today will be: we will have some scares, we might have some dips, but it's nothing to really hurt us. I feel it's just to scare off the weekends before we have another explosion. I do see why we should be fighting the 34 and the 35. But from the looks of it, we're already at 35, so it's a matter of time we get back to that 36, right? That 36 mark. Um, I would say that if you were to have a stop loss, I say just do it at 34.50, just to be on the safe side. Other than that, guys, we should have another green day today. Good luck and enjoy, like and subscribe.